to the machine. Where have you been? It's alright, we know where you've been. You've been in the pipeline, fitting in time, provided with toys, scouted for boys. You bought a guitar to punish your mom. You didn't like school, and you know you're nobody's fool. So welcome to the machine.
Breaking news, it turns out that the people carpet bombing the innocent are actually the good guys. Just kidding, that would be retarded. Let's go live to Steinberg.
So you're saying they have weapons of mass destruction again?
Exactly. It's the same excuse we've used since the towers fell. Not much has changed.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get PTSD from hurting the innocent, then we die for the chosen people. Yeah. Let's go, we shouldn't be here.
This non-chosen sand person lost his home and family just hours ago, but Israeli military officials say this is God's plan and questioning it is antiseptic.
Please stop.
I hear they're building a new restaurant in Tel Aviv. The chef prepares an amazing foreskin salad.
This is where I will cook my foreskins. Imported directly from the adrenochrome factory.
I've never tried the foreskin salad.
Sounds satanic,
Right. Probably part of their Talmudic beliefs.
right?
Shapiro Stein.
I miss 2001, back when we all blamed the same people. Today, everybody notices. This is why we do false flags. We go live to the dancing Israelis.
These people really know how to dance, but the real dancers are on the roof.
We're following these guys up to the top floor, no clue what's going on, but they're moving fast. Yo, check this out. We are God's chosen people.
Breaking news out of Times Square. Officials say they found a Muslim passport in the debris.
What was the Jews? Sir, are you okay? I'm sending my son off to Iran tonight.
You saw it from your apartment?
Yeah, right over there. They were just dancing. It didn't look right.
Wow. We better go fund that.
Right? It feels good to personally fund the most grotesque acts of violence. Back to you, Dennis.
Anyways, follow my boy, Jake GTV, if you're not retarded.
Welcome
Looking to get your rage on, blow off some steam, release some pent-up anger? Well, head on down to Whammo Whammo, Los Angeles' premier all-outdoor rage room in the heart of DTLA. Choose from our wide range of smash packages. Fight the LAPD, fight the LAPD, the Sheriff's Department, and the Highway Patrol. Fight the National Guard, fight the feds. We got something for everyone. Not political, try one of our non-political packages like Disgruntled Girlfriend, where you get to key assist man's car. Or check out one of our most popular crowd favorites, I Hate My Dad. What does Whammo Whammo have that other rage rooms don't? Police cars, Molotov cocktails, flamethrowers, agent provocateurs, high concentrations of the mentally ill. And of course, everyone gets to set fire to a Whammo while supplies last. So what are you waiting for? Get on down to Whammo Whammo, the ultimate vandalism and looting experience, coming to a metropolitan city near you.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Oh, damn.
Boom.
Boom. I think
that was an amazing opener. You just, oh my gosh, that whole entire entry, you nailed it, Oz, all the way through. It was great.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I do take some time, but Welcome to the Machine, which has kind of been our theme ever since we started. Welcome to the Machine. It's been in the rundown forever, and I'm glad, timely as it may have been, I'm glad we brought it tonight. And we've got some great covers tonight, Pink Floyd, and thus is why I'm dressed in pink and Shanda's in pink and black. So we're going to get through this show as upbeat as we can, even though the morons are trying to start wars, actually started a war while we're trying to do the show. Shame on them, right?
Shame on them.
Shame on them.
If you haven't heard, there has been some U.S. bombs that have been dropped on Iran. And there's conflicting information if it was our military jets that went in or if they came from our subs. I don't know yet. I mean, it was breaking news. It was breaking at 5 o'clock. So we're trying to keep up with it just as much as you guys are. And I just know it's not a good look. It's not good for us either way.
No, it's not. It's insane. And the Israeli Congress, that is the United States, is not going to impeach him. But I suggest that everybody should actually send a message demanding that he impeached, because only Congress can declare war on another country, not a president, commander-in-chief. That is in the Constitution, and they need to start living up to it, or they need to get the hell out. If I had my way, Shanda, I'd fire every single congressman today for
we've been saying that for 5 fucking years.
Dereliction of duty. But they're hell-bent on getting people killed all around the world, or should I say unalived? Is that how we say it? We're supposed to say it here?
Yeah, we're supposed to say unalived on YouTube.
Unalived, okay, well, whatever. I call them as I see them, and I know you do too.
We'll never be monetized, so we don't have to worry about that.
No, and people ask, how do you get away with all that stuff? Well, we don't monetize anything. And
we don't try to get paid by YouTube.
Not only do they suppress the algorithm for us, they throw us in the alley and a dumpster and close the lid. So whatever.
Oh, and take our followers from us.
And take our followers,
they peel our followers away.
Yeah, we had over 400 views last week, and I know that doesn't seem much to some of you wild and crazy content creators, but for us, that's kind of like a miracle number. And we're back down to, 360 something now. So, it is what it is. Maybe, who knows? Anyway, I want to shout out the chat here real quick before we get underway. Like I said, we've got some great tunes for you tonight. We got 3 more covers of Pink Floyd that I think you're going to absolutely love. Rad Angel, you're the big lover and piece of music that we do, and I appreciate the kudos on the covers. That's why I take the time to do them. Peace Dove is in the house. Add Year 3, and Great BB is back. I've been out of the touch with Roar for a long time. Of course, heard about Shanda's ordeal. I relate a bit. In 2008, diagnosis with 90% mortality rate, with respect and humor. That's Add Year 3. I don't know who that is, and I don't think they're in the room at this moment.
Well,
if you are,
you are encouraging. That's for sure. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Kamshwari Kate is in the house. Oh, so nice. Looking forward to this one. Loving the AI, how Shanda and Oz work together. It reminds me of watching a band that find that zone and pull the audience in with them. We do our best, Kate, and those are such kind words. Thank you. Jody Havel. Jody says, I hope I don't fall asleep again.
I hope I don't. I'm very low energy tonight.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling too well.
Jody, you're not old. You're perfect. The more years we put on, the more perfection inhibits our bodies. Just remember that. You can quote me on that. And Natalie Williams is in the house, and Chiron Pine in the house. Red Angel, of course. And great to see you, Red Angel. Natalie Williams, wonderful to see you in the house. Catalytic Centaur. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? Better find a bunker full of rats that are billionaires, Anthony, and just let a big woohoo go in there. We got Peace Dove is in the house. Let's see. We got a full house tonight. I'm surprised because I hear Trump's somewhere flapping his gums right now, beating his chest and everything. So we don't blame you if you do come in late. Just if you'd like to rewind to catch that opener and
or you can stay and just watch it with us, and then I'll cover it again on Monday for you.
Yeah, and she'll cover it again on Monday. And TL Orca is in the house. Fred Edward, of course, our network master. And Steve G. We've got Peace Dove, and who else do we have? Vic is in the house. What's going on, Vic? Vic is in the house. Let's see. We've got Jilly Love. Wonderful Jilly Love is in the house.
Happy solstice to you.
Happy solstice to Jilly. And let's see. We've got Willie Bragg. Willie Bragg comes in with a super chat. I wonder if those guys cover any early Syd Barrett era Pink Floyd songs like Arnold Lane or See Emily Play. I don't think they do. They may. I can't speak for them, of course, but they are fantastic in my opinion. Brit Floyd, and there's another cover by the Pink Project in there, so you're not getting all Brit Floyd tonight. Job. Yeah, they really did. And let me see. I'm almost through this. Fingerman, hello, Fingerman. What's going on? And Chiron Pine. I think I got Chiron Pine. I think I got just about every... Chris Alger. Good to see you, Chris. And Myra's Mama. Hi, Myra's Mama. Good to see you. And let's see. I think I got it. I think
we had a super chat from Chris. Did you get that?
No, I did not. Did you get it?
I've got it. It says, have a great show. I'm going to watch Mask of Zorro with my folks. See you both on the replay. Have a great night, everybody. Love Mask of Zorro. Yeah, go enjoy your family.
That was the last movie I watched with my parents. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was the last one we watched together, all three of us.
Simpatico.
Yeah, that was great. Love
Salty's Digital Jive and Bad Cookies. What's up?
Crone of Heresy is in the house. What's going on, Crone? And let me see, I think we got everybody. I had to get caught up on you.
I didn't say hi to that, so I was saying hi.
Say hi. You say hi.
And Wesley. Hi, Wesley.
Wesley Doddison. Good to see you, Wesley. And Bad Cookies. I always love that title. And I think that's it. We got who do we got?
Out at the trailer park. Jin Do is hanging out over there with Retard. Retard, I just threw you a wrench. Duck, because if you can catch a wrench, you can catch a ball. And let's see, over on the Rumble, we've got a bunch of people hanging out over there. Mr. Worthless Eater, what's up? Dingo ate me, baby. What's up, Dingo? Dingo. Aerowaves and Ghost Start are all chatting over there. There's a bunch more hanging out, but not chatting. And that's all I'm logged into. So, we've been getting a lot of play over on the X. You can always catch us on X, but the chats are weird on X. Like, nobody responds. Like, if I watch Pasta live over there, which I gotta say, Brother Pasta's looking damn good.
Yeah.
Then he, nobody chats over there. But you got to stop sending Joey's coffee to Pasta because I hear he's doing coffee enemas. So he might be doing things inappropriate with Joey's coffee.
Joey would kill him if he did Joey's coffee.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She would. I hope you're kidding.
Maybe I'm not.
No, he's looking great. I think he's down to 98 pounds now. So. I think
he's down to 98 pounds.
Remember, this show is satire, includes satire when we don't mean something, but you guys can figure out when we really, really mean it.
We got to laugh tonight because frickin' the world's gone fucking mad.
And they have gone cuckoo cuckoo. And again, it's not just Trump, it's his handlers, it's his puppet masters from Israel to everywhere else in the world. So that's where we're at. Yeah. I promise.
Shout out to our Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting us. You keep the lights on, and we love you and we appreciate you. Some of you have been with us for freaking 5 years.
Yeah,
blows my mind when I go in there and look at the support that we've got. It melts my heart.
Yes, and I hope you're getting the Patreon notice. Shanda sends that out every Saturday night before the show.
I do.
And if you'd like to throw us a cup of coffee, or maybe better yet, Shanda, they should save it up for the.
I promise I won't stick it up my ass.
Yeah, we don't. I don't do that because I'm at the source, so I'm lucky. But
well, I don't know. Pasta lost so much weight. I'm starting to question, like, hey, maybe I should be shoving coffee up my ass.
I don't think I want to speculate that. I got bad visuals, so it's really kind of spooky, you know. Weird.
Coffee enemas. We're talking about coffee enemas.
Yeah, of course we are. World War III's going on, and we're talking about coffee enemas. I guess maybe that would be appropriate.
Why not?
We have a very special announcement coming up right here, and Shanda,
we do.
Would you like to introduce this?
Well, all summer long, we are doing our appreciation of you, and this week's associate producer card that will go into the permanent role for the outros is Steve Wolfbrand. Thank you so much
Steve.
for all the support over the years, Steve.
Yeah, it's about time.
We love Steve. I don't know if I've seen Steve in the chat, but I told Steve. Steve knew that we were doing a card for him this week, and he requested free Palestine for his card, so that is what we did.
That's great. And if you guys have any requests for your associate producer card, which is the least that we can do to honor you for supporting us so thoughtfully, to be sure, a lot of you will eventually get on the producer card list.
Oh yeah, I've got a whole list. Your name's on my list, and I'm checking it twice.
And we'll get to it, providing there's no end to the world, and we'll have another one next week if we have a show next week, and we're hoping that that will go. Are you ready to kick this pig and get it going here, Shanda, or what?
Kick this pig.
Yeah. I think so. We're going to do that. So. This is this graphic I added in. I can't credit anybody, but you want to explain what happened about 2 hours ago?
Oh well, okay. This is Trump's official announcement as of 5 o'clock tonight. It says we have completed our very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites in Iran, including Fordo or Fordo. Fordow?
It's like Fordow, like Fordow, yeah.
And Natsazan, and Estefan. All planes are now outside of Iran airspace. Okay, this is where I have questions because I'm hearing reports in the news that there was actually no planes that went over. So that makes no sense to me. And it says a full payload of bombs was dropped on primary site, but it would be sites, right? All planes are safely on their way home. Congratulations to the American. I can't read it. Let's see. To the American. Thank you. Your head was in my way. Congratulations to the great American warriors. There is not another military in the world that could have done this. Now is the time for peace. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now is the time for peace. Here, we're going to bomb you, but now's the time for peace.
I responded with pure insanity. Impeach him now. The U.S. Constitution explicitly grants Congress the sole power to declare war. This is enshrined in Article 1, Section 8, Clause 11. While the President serves as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, they cannot initiate a war without a declaration from Congress. So I say he needs to be impeached immediately. And if he's not impeached,
this isn't an act of war.
It is an act of war. It is an act. I will argue that till Christ comes.
I agree. I totally agree. But that's what their argument's going to be, that this is not an act of war. This was just retaliation on behalf of Israel, right?
No. Yeah, it's an act of war.
Natalie, I wish you would have came and read those names for me.
What names? Oh, the
she
names?
goes, I feel like pronouncing those for you. I wish you would.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, yeah, he should be impeached. And Shanda, I'm going to skip the video because we need to balance this. I'm going to go next to your next slide. And
okay.
What is going on with this?
Okay, so this is video that dropped. I pulled this off of Fox News just 45 minutes ago. Fox News. So this is supposed to be video of the nuclear sites that they hit.
Okay. Let's take a look.
I understand has been bombed by those U.S. B-2 bombers tonight. Also, Isfahan.
Okay, so they're saying B-2 bombers.
Natanz had another underground facility. Remember, before Fordo was built in 2006, Natanz had been the main enrichment site. It was also built underground. Israeli jets had been targeting it in the last week, but they had not been able to penetrate underground. So those U.S. B-2 bombers, which flew out of Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, they would have taken out that underground facility. Natanz is interesting. You'll remember, Brett, it was the site of the Stuxnet virus, the cyber attack on those centrifuges years ago. But again, it was back up
under
and
Obama.
And, what is surprising, I think, tonight is that the president announced that it was not one site, but 3 underground sites and sites inside Iran's nuclear program that were struck by the U.S. Air Force tonight.
Yeah, and it is something. We'll go back to that Truth Social, and eventually, Control Room, if we can put it up there just so that everybody can see it on the screen. The fact that this, first of all, this announcement comes from Truth Social. This is a president who has put out a lot of announcements, big announcements through Truth Social, and this is the biggest of them, probably his biggest decision. The very successful attack on 3 nuclear sites, as you said, Fordo, Natanz, and Esfahan, getting very specific there. And the payload, he says a full payload of bombs dropped on the primary site, Fordo. That suggests, Jennifer, as we had been saying for many days, that they may have made several passes at Fordo, considering that the experts were saying that just one probably wouldn't have gotten to the heart.
They said there would have to be 10 to 20 of them to actually penetrate how deep in that site was. And that's why other presidents have chose not to hit it, because they'd have to hit it so many damn times. That's why Biden didn't go hit it. That's why Clinton didn't hit it. And not to mention, if they did hit it, what is going to leak into the atmosphere? Well, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
what are they stirring up?
Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? This was
tonight too. I pulled this one down right, probably about 5:30.
The other thing I can point out, Brett, is that this is an operation, in the last 18 years since I've been at the Pentagon, I've never seen such operational security. There was nobody speaking about this, any of the preparations. There was a complete lockdown, almost a blackout of information for the last few days. I'm sitting here in the Pentagon right now. I can tell you the hallways are empty, and all of the information is coming right now out of the White House. That is a significant achievement because there were no leaks about the timing. Now, sometimes I think those who, a lot of the flight trackers, the open source intelligence flight trackers, that flight radar did indicate some of when the B-2s took off from Whiteman. But again, nobody really expected that it would take place this evening. If you looked at the moon schedule, you might have had a clue because it was a waning crescent and almost a new moon on the 25th. So it would have been very,
Yeah,
very
it probably was some
over
kind of
Iran
fucking
tonight,
satanic
and you need that in
rituals
order
why they
to-
had to do it during the solstice.
That's the ideal condition for something like a B-2 that is, yes, it's stealth, but it still has to be escorted in case any Iran were to put up any planes or there were any opportunities to fire on those B-2s, which are such valuable and very, very special planes. Only the U.S.
So I guess it
military
was B-2s,
has this
not
kind
just
of
Tomahawks.
weaponry and this
Yeah. Told it was
capability.
just
No other country in the world could have carried off what occurred tonight at those three
No other country could have
uranium
done it.
enrichment sites in Iran.
Yeah, because we're the most evil empire to
Yeah,
ever
Jen,
be on
you're
the
exactly
face
right
of the
on
planet.
the operational security here and the
You
fact that
kill
there
it.
were.
We got the gist of it.
Yeah, we got the gist, and I don't like
Will you
listening
jump
to
back
Bert
and show Steve his card? Steve Wolfrant has joined us, and I want him to see his associate producer card. Steve, thank you so much for all your years of support, and not just here, but over on the Facebook lands.
Oh,
There
Steve.
you are, Steve.
There you go, Steve.
I hope you like it.
Yeah, we appreciate you so much, Steve. You've hung with us through thick and thin, let me tell you. And
And he's a truth bomber, too. He's a truth bomber.
He's a
been
truth
over-
bomber. Yeah, truth bomb with everybody over at
We
Truth Bomb.
appreciate you being over at Truth Bombers. Hey, Lady Alex, good night or good evening.
Lady Alex, what's going on? Yeah, you should be enraged, Lady Alex, along with the rest of us. We're all enraged. And like I said, on my Twitter, I put up every Twitter handle of every congressman I could find on my Twitter. So if you're over on Twitter, you can copy and paste them and scream for whatever you want. Impeachment, arrest him, whatever. He cannot do this legally, and they will speak legally.
But they all fucking want this. They all want this. They're all owned by AIPAC. They all want this. Democrat, Republican, it doesn't fucking matter. So that's never going to happen. Oz, those clips that you included into the Pink Floyd song, amazing. You did a great job of
thank
picking
you.
those out and integrating them. I got to tell you, it was very interesting. So if you didn't watch the opener is so worth going back and rewatching.
Does anybody know if Trumpy's still running his pie hole? He was supposed to go on at 7:00 Pacific because we're a little
Trust the
light.
nation, because
Yeah.
he's such a big bad warrior, man.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have a bump as soon as he shuts up. But no harm, no foul. Anybody that wants
Jackson
to go
Eagle
watch
saying
this.
there was no irreversible damage to Forlo.
Fordo.
I believe it. We've been told by analysts that it would take a lot for them to penetrate that. So
Now, do you
believe
think
Jackson when he
the best way for Iran to respond is to come to the peace table, of course, but you can't trust anything these fuckers say because they welched on
Would
everything.
you?
No,
Would
I
you?
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You
but
just got your shit bombed, and you've been bombed by Israel. No, I don't think I want to talk peace. I'm thinking I better buddy up with my allies, like, I don't know, Pakistan, China, Russia. And figure out how to start beating back this bully.
yeah,
That's what I would think.
I'm thinking possibly what Iran might do in retaliation is like Israel is taking it out on Gaza for Iran bombing them. Iran might just set them all off at once and let them just land anywhere willy-nilly in Haifa and Tel Aviv. Who knows? That could be. And they're out of their mind for pulling this shit. And it's illegal. It's against the Constitution. They need to be impeached. So I will sporadically put up the addresses of Congress. Better yet, I'll put the link in there so you can have the address, at least the Twitter addresses. And, Shanda, I thought about this coming into this. I thought, call them. But calling them is like throwing it into the wastebasket because they won't even listen to it. But do it anyway. But I think publicly telling them, like on a social media, Twitter has more effect. I truly do.
You've
I'm
got
not
to
naive.
listen to this. You
Go
got to
ahead.
listen to Trump's full address from tonight. It's only 3 minutes and 37 seconds, what I can see of it. He fucking thanks Benjamin Netanyahu. He thanks the Israeli military. He is licking their asses and saying that we completely annihilated Iran's nuclear capability, which is not what we're
3
hearing.
minutes? 3 minutes.
Yeah,
that was it. 3 minutes. That's embarrassing.
3 minutes, 37 seconds.
That's embarrassing.
And it's all him just
bloviating.
Stroking himself. Yeah, exactly.
He's
Oh my
bloviating.
gosh, I just listening to it. It's terrible.
Kind of like this Lindsey Graham meme up in the corner here. That's what
Oh,
he's
I love
doing.
that somebody put the statement on the screen of the computer. Do you see that?
Yeah, what does it say? Oh, yeah.
That's Trump's statement that he
That's
put
great. Yeah, look at Lindsey Graham doing his thing, what he does. And I think he's also looking at pictures of Ted Cruz when he does that too.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Ted Cruz. So we built this show before all of this, of course, happened.
And we were up to date.
3 or 4
I
hours
swear.
ago. We were so
right
up to
on.
date.
Yeah.
So I feel like some of this that we're going to cover now is a little bit stale because we were on the build up to this all week. And so I guess, this will be a look back at the build up is what this show is going to be. How did we get here? You know, what happened this week? And it started out with Ted Cruz going on Tucker Carlson and making a total dumbass of him fucking self. Basically just saying that he's a warmonger and he doesn't know shit. Because he doesn't know shit. None of these guys know shit, and they don't care about shit except for lining their pockets.
Here we go.
How many people live in Iran, by the way? I don't know the population.
I don't know.
I don't know the population. You don't know the population of the country you seek to topple? How many people live in Iran? 92 million. Okay. Yeah. How could you not know that? I don't sit around memorizing population tables.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
kind of relevant because you're calling for the overthrow of the government. Why is it relevant whether it's,
because
it's 90 million or 80 million or 100 million? Why is that
because if you don't know anything about the country,
I didn't say I don't know anything about the country. What's the ethnic mix of Iran? They are Persians and predominantly Shia. Okay, this is cute.
It's not even, you don't know anything about Iran. So
okay, I am not the Tucker Carlson expert on Iran.
You're a senator who's calling for the overthrow of the government.
You're the one who claims
about the country.
No, you don't know anything about the country. You're the one who claims.
Oh my God!
You're the one who can't figure out a good idea to kill General Soleimani, and you said it was bad.
They're trying to murder Trump.
Yes, I do.
Because you're not calling for military strikes against them in retaliation. If you really believe that,
we're carrying out military strikes today.
You said Israel was
Right, with our help.
We are.
Israel is leading them, but we're supporting them.
Well, you're breaking news here because the U.S. government last night denied, the National Security Council spokesman Alex Pfeiffer denied on behalf of Trump that we were acting on Israel's behalf in any offensive capacity.
We're not bombing them. Israel's bombing them.
You just said we were.
We are.
Well, he's right now.
You're a senator. If you're saying the United States government is
definitely are now.
right now, people are listening.
Oh my gosh! Yes, it was as stupid as it sounded.
That guy is as incompetent can be. And, you know, this is a criticism I have about a lot of these morons in Congress and some people in social media. You know, I'm not perfect on everything, but the population of Iran, come on. That's, you know, I always thought it was
why does it matter? Why does it matter? Because there's innocent human lives there. That's why it should matter. If you're elected to any public fucking office, the first thing you should always consider, especially when talking about fucking war, is the innocent lives.
Yeah, well, here, and this is the thing. People are out there cheering that Iran is bombing the shit out of Israel, and they want to see it.
We got a little bit on the dime.
They would say they want it bombed into a parking lot, and I feel them. However, there's innocent babies and innocent people in that country as well as other countries that are getting the shit blown out of them. It's Gaza and it's not tit for tat, and we're not keeping score. However, it's kind of hypocritical of these Zionist fucks to talk about one baby that got killed and lost a leg. You say they were using it as a prop.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I mean, they have the baby. The baby's all bandaged up. It's laying there, and they've got the leg next to the baby, so you can see that the leg has been detached from the baby. And I'm thinking that is such fucking propaganda. That is
sick
to
propaganda.
incite the Western fucking masses. Why would you have to show? You could just show the baby is missing a leg and we would get the point. You didn't have to show us the detached leg right next to the fucking baby. Like, it's propaganda. When you see it, you know it.
They must hate social media because they're just getting burned down on here because 50,000, at least 50,000 children maimed, burned, blown to bits, you know, and these assholes are using that baby as propaganda.
Yeah, they're not staged when they're coming out of Gaza. Did you see that video I sent you yesterday?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Mangled people with tints. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, yeah. So
Yeah, it's
let's
just
keep moving.
sickening.
We've got a big show and we're already a half hour in. So
Okay, here we go. This is this is Ted Cruz again. Here you go, Shanda.
lots of Ted Cruz.
President Trump drew a very clear red line in the sand. He said on April 12th, he told Iran, you have 60 days to negotiate. I led a coalition of 52 Republican senators, and we all said we stand with President Trump. President Trump has been clear that the standard for any deal must be complete dismantlement. No centrifuges, no enrichments. There is no
Fox
reason
News.
a
Fox News has
theocratic lunatic
become
who chants death to
Israeli
America
network.
should
Am
have
I
nuclear
right?
Yeah, it's
weapons and
Israeli
tools to murder
propaganda network.
millions of Americans
Fox
or millions
News.
of Israelis.
Right.
On the 61st day, the Ayatollah
All right.
publicly said he would not shut down a single centrifuge. He said he would build more centrifuges. He would make more enriched uranium in order to make
Can I
more
finish
nuclear
this?
weapons. That was
We're just
effectively
gonna
a
hear it.
giant middle finger at President
'cause
Trump.
he's just bloviating. You know, Ted Cruz, somebody said on Jimmy Dore's show yesterday, I was cruising through, and they said, and I challenged them respectfully on this, they said Ted Cruz is brilliant in many ways. And I'm thinking, no, Ted Cruz is not brilliant in any way. He's a criminal asshole that spews bullshit. That's it, period.
He ran from his own constituents when they had no power and grandmas were drowning in nursing homes.
He's
Why
straight-
did they reelect this guy? Hey, what happened to the Scott Horton clip? It's gone.
I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it. I didn't.
I had it on the deck. That was the most important clip of the show, and now it's gone. I don't see it anywhere.
I didn't touch it. I'm sorry, Shanda. I don't delete anything on the deck you put on.
Yeah, no, it must have just got deleted somehow, but I'll bring it on Monday. Did you watch that clip?
No,
you
I
had
didn't
to
get
have
a
watched
chance.
that clip. It had Aaron Mate, it was Pierce Morgan, and Scott Horton. Oh my gosh, he talks.
Oh yeah,
about
yeah. I did.
how these rods are enriched and the agreements that we have, and how this is impossible. It makes everything that Ted Cruz just said bullshit, an out and out lie.
Yeah. Well, Ted Cruz had a town hall evidently, and the people he was talking
Not a
to
good time.
wasn't they weren't very happy with him.
Respect for dialogue. I will say this, I am saddened to see that some here, not everyone, but some here, most of us, are so consumed with hate. You cannot address your brother. I will say this.
You speak for
yourself. If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews, then I will not stand with you. Thank you, and God bless you.
Listen to this.
If you will not stand with Israel and the Jews, then I will not stand with you. Thank you, and God bless you.
If you will not stand with Israel, I will not. That's his constituency. He was elected to do a fucking job, and he'll stand with his constituency, or he should be run out of Congress.
Yep.
Piece of shit. Jesus.
But they're
Christ.
all like that. Every single one of them are beholden to fucking AIPAC in Israel. They all stand with Israel, not the
No.
American people.
No, they don't. They don't stand with the American people whatsoever. You brought this.
Oh, yeah. Remember this. This guy on the left was arrested and convicted for illegally selling missiles to Iran during the Reagan administration. The guy on the right is a Fox News military analyst who thinks Iran shouldn't have missiles. Guess what? They're the same guy.
They are the
Yeah.
same guy. They are the same guy. You brought this. Is this a military parade somewhere?
No, this was New York this week,
Oh,
and these were the propaganda balloons that they were floating down Main Street so they can drum up support for this shit.
Fear tactics.
Yeah. Read what it says when they go by. You'll get a good shot of it once it gets into frame. It says, Iran is everybody's problem.
Jesus.
Iran
Christ.
is your problem too. Yeah.
Sponsored by
ADL. Take your pick. Take your pick.
ADL, APAC, all of them. Yeah, New York. I have little love for New York left at all.
So this is how we knew the hit was coming. I mean, as I was building this show all week, I was like, "Oh, Trump's gonna hit him. Trump's gonna hit him. I know Trump's gonna hit him." He was playing coy with the media. Oh, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah, this next slide is a little bit dated now after today.
Okay, well, we've got like 3 or 4 slides with Tulsi because Tulsi was a point of contention all fucking week. Okay, so they had a military strategist meeting at, I think, Camp David, if I remember right, and Tulsi wasn't invited, right? So there was a lot of speculation in the media that because she is the director of national intelligence, she should have been there, right? And so she was all butthurt and she was going to resign because Trump didn't invite her. And then Trump's spokeswoman people said, oh, well, the reason we didn't invite her is because she was out on maneuvers. But yeah, she's been,
Bullshit.
you know, she's up to date on everything that we're doing. And then the analysts were like, the pundits were like, no, bullshit. They don't give a shit what she has to say. Because there's the infamous video of her from a couple of, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months ago where she's saying they don't have the capability.
Yeah,
so
from
this
March,
was a report saying that she was going to resign if President Trump ordered U.S. military to join Israel on their war with Iran. Well, I haven't heard any resignations in the last frickin' few hours. Have you?
No, I haven't. And Jax Page dropped this in response to Danny K. Politics. In a stunning turnaround, DNI Tulsi Gabbard makes a 180-degree shift on Iran, says America has intelligence that Iran is at the point it can produce a nuclear weapon within weeks, months, if they decided to finalize the assembly. And the wording on this gives me great pause. And Jax Page says, professional shapeshifter Tulsi Gabbard got the call to fall in line. And of course she did. Of course she did. I agree 1,000%, Jax. And that's what she's all about. And here we go here. I'm not going to play this because of time.
Yeah, I played it on my show on Monday. But yeah, you know, this was her saying that they didn't have capability for at least, you know, a year at least. Like she didn't think that they had the capability. But I love the Hillary Clinton meme that somebody put out there. Everybody knows memes are the best way we communicate nowadays. And she might as well be Hillary Clinton. This is a woman who the progressives touted as, you know, one of our leaders back in 2016 because she took on the DNC and Donna Brazile and Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and she stepped down and resigned because of, you know, integrity, and she was fighting for, you know, the everyday working people. And then she spun around and told us to vote for fucking Biden. And then no more than that, she spun back around, joined the Republicans and the Trump administration. And here we are. She's condoning bombing Iran.
Yeah, she is. I think it's time. We need to run this.
Let's run it.
And you can take a break and listen. All of the fuckers that are responsible for all of the wars throughout history, recent history, are in this clip. And I put a lot of, I'm going to say, love into this clip. But I have to tell you, the cover is awesome. And I hope you guys appreciate it. And especially look at the faces in this clip. Because all of them are responsible for death and destruction around the world.
Welkom, ahoy! Enjoy tonight! Let it go! invisible transfers and long distance calls, hollow laughter in marble halls. Steps have been taken, a silent uproar has unleashed the dogs of war. You can stop what has begun. Sign sealed, they deliver oblivion. We all have a dark side, to say the least. And dealing in death is the nature of the beast. One world, it's a battleground. One world, we're gonna smash it down. One world, one world.
What do you think?
Another great cover. Good job, Oz.
I think that nailed it. I had a little
Yeah, it
help
did.
from INN over there, picking out some of the top dogs of war. And there are many, many more, and they are infesting our capital, of the country, and other capitals of each state. So I've been anti-war all my life, and and it makes me sick to this point. My dad is rolling in his grave today.
There is no anti-war party anymore at all. I mean, even the
No,
Greens from time to time fuck up.
I think a few of us are it, and that's it. I don't know
I
what to
think
say
so.
anymore. I think
Where
that's
are
it.
the anti-war people? They're all in our chat. That's where they are.
Did you want to address any of the comments in the chat, Shanda? I caught a couple in there that I was not agreeing with.
Not really, other than I hope Popeye feels better soon. And yeah, that did look like a combination of Shatner and Val Kilmer. I agree.
Yeah, it could have been. That's was that Hillary Clinton? No.
Shatner looks better than Hillary.
Yeah, Shatner was better than Hillary. We've got you brought Jen Psaki here.
Jen Sucky. Jen sucks. This is your MSN cream of bullshit for the night.
There's that Bolton mustache on Tulsi Gabbard.
I love it. Warmonger.
Yeah, here's Jen Psaki. She's absolutely atrocious.
I'll get to it in 2 weeks is one of Donald Trump's absolute favorite tactics. He literally
That's not
uses
what
it
he
all the
said.
time. And most of the time, in fact, almost every time, when 2 weeks rolls around, Trump has either completely forgotten about whatever it was he promised in the first place.
I don't think he forgot.
Or, and I think this
That's
is more
not what he
likely than
said.
the first one, he's hoping people have just moved on.
Jen taken
That
out
the
of
news
context? No
cycle
way.
is on to something
Yeah,
else. Maybe
she
something
did.
else he fabricated. Maybe just something else in general. I mean, he's already done this at least 10 times in the 6 months since he took office. 10 times.
We're going to be sending letters out in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I can't tell you that, but I'll let you know in about 2 weeks, within 2 weeks. I could answer that question better in 2 weeks. I'll do this at some point over the next 2 weeks. I'll announce it over the next 2 weeks. I'll tell you about that in a month from now or 2 weeks from now.
Well, guess what, Jed? He did it.
You know, in about 2 weeks. You can ask that
Didn't
question
take him 2
in
weeks.
2 weeks. And we'll see. It'll be out in about less than 2 weeks. We're going to start selling, hopefully, in about 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. Maybe it's a tick. Maybe he read a marketing report that says people move on in the media. Who knows? But the point is, it's a tactic that Trump has used
How much do you think
on
that suit
almost
cost
every
her?
issue. From his fake timeline
More
around
than
Russian
she can
Ukraine peace
afford pretty
negotiations
soon.
to his made-up timelines around big trade deals. Where are all those big trade deals, everyone? To his issuing visas for high-skilled immigrants. He claims it all is coming in just 2 weeks. Of course, it never does. And honestly, it's
Oh,
a bit
but it
maddening
did.
that this tactic can still spark headlines like all of the ones I read earlier. Because it's not new. He did the exact same thing throughout his first term in office.
You can kill it whenever.
We're going to be
You got it.
announcing something, I would say, over the next...
She just like all of them, they pick and choose. Both sides,
Yeah.
the red and the
Totally.
blue side. They pick and choose what they say.
They did.
What I got out of that was he said within 2 weeks, and I said bullshit because he was just propping him up to betray that promise or what he said to the public.
Well, people
it
were
was-
hoping that
yeah.
he would, but he
Yeah.
didn't.
No, and
He stepped up and he kissed BB's ass and gave him exactly what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, habitual liars lie habitually. I mean, that's just the way it is. So anyway, going from there, got that going on. And the 9 principles of propaganda: lie big, focus, repeat, blame, provoke, crisis, emotion. Emotion's a big one, like balloon missiles going down New York.
Blown up babies.
Pander, no limit, and they forgot the big one, the big one. You know what the big one is, I'm thinking, Shanda? You probably don't. Bribe.
Bribery.
Yeah. Bribery. That's
Own
what the
the
big one is.
media.
Own the media. Buy the media. So, yeah, that we do this, and we can't go a show without...
I love that meme. It said, in a stunning move, Trump drops Lindsey Graham on Tehran.
Yeah, no, that would be great. I'd love to. Let me give the full view of that. There it is.
Drop them all.
And I like mine that I brought, and I can't credit who did it. I don't know who did it. But Earth after Israel is done defending itself. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. That's pretty shitty
Well, the
stuff.
Ring of Fire has been active, so you never know.
it's they could set off everything going on. We go boom boom. I just hope it's quick for all of us because I love you and I don't want you to suffer. We had to bring Bernie Sanders, unfortunately. Netanyahu's not president of the United States. Well, some think he is Bernie. We should not be determining U.S. foreign policy and military. He should be not. And if the people of Israel support his decision to start a war with Iran, that's their business and their way. The United States must not be a part of it. Well, Bernie, just keep bloviating your horse shit that you've been horse shitting about for years. And when are we really going to stop falling for this shit from these people? When are we going to stop? And
Bernie kept voting for weapons package for fucking Israel. So
he's a consummate liar too. And I have to say, I can't stand RFK Jr. for many, many things. And I had this discussion with some friends the other night, and I said, I don't care what you say about him or what you think. I can't stand him either. However, he is getting some of the poisonous dyes out of our food that we've been trying to get.
It's down in our food section. I brought a couple of things.
We got to get rid of those dyes. So credit to him for whatever his motivation is, but I'll believe it when I see it. So that's where I'm at on that.
Totally.
You brought this. Oh, AOC. What the hell is she sticking her nose into?
Oh, my God. Well, now she's backpedaling and she's justifying this crap.
I would say that the United States, our responsibility is to the stability and the security of the region. That means being able to support, yes, Israel in its defensive capacities, right? In its ability, in that context.
Oh my God. Get your shit straight. You're a congressional member, oh my God in heaven. That just makes me sick. But
she can't, she has to say what, she's a future mama bear. So of course she has to toe the line, and that's what she's doing, is towing the line. Now, I think that this next clip,
is
go
she
ahead.
having a baby? Did she say she's going to be a mama?
A lot of people are speculating that she might be. I don't know. They wouldn't tell us till way down the line.
Sorry to interrupt.
Right
Go
after
ahead.
she had the kid, she would Kardashian that shit.
Okay.
So this clip I thought was the most profound that I saw all week that dropped over on the TikToks.
And now that Tehran sent a message back, they're screaming for help like a child who lit the fire and got burned by the flame. Oh, now it's a tragedy. Now you remember what a hospital is. You bombed over 200 hospitals in Gaza. You hit a children's hospital in Iran. You blew up ambulances, dialysis centers, maternity wards. And now you want sympathy? Let me say this loud so the world hears. You didn't just bomb buildings. You didn't just kill civilians. You targeted the ones who were trying to save them. You murdered medics, unarmed, veiled, rushing to save a life. And you killed them in cold blood. Then you buried them in their vehicles, like criminals hiding a murder weapon. You didn't just kill people, you erased the proof. You buried mercy under the rubble, and now you ask for compassion. Here's the part that burns deep. The world has been watching a live stream genocide for 2 years, on every screen, in every language, from every angle. And now, after 2 years of watching you bomb children with American missiles, you expect the people to feel something for you. You got some nerve. You want tears. Tell that to the mothers digging their babies out with bare hands. Tell that to cancer patients gasping for oxygen as the hospital walls collapsed around them. You want sympathy. You had 2 years of global silence, and that still wasn't enough for your bloodlust. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. The world was hoodwinked into believing you were victims while you turned cities into cemeteries. You don't get to cry now. Not after you made mourning a crime in Gaza. You don't get to scream now. Not after you silenced every voice that dared to say enough. You bombed hope. You buried mercy. You murdered truth. And now you want the people's pity. We don't mourn for war criminals. We don't cry for colonizers. We cry for the silence, for the crushed, for the medics you left in the dirt. But something's changed. The world sees you now. The veil is off. The lie is dead.
And remember, everybody, if we lose our stream, you can always go over to Rumble or X I sent that to you, and you made the call, so I don't care if we get taken down for that. That's not that's truth right there, and that's what we're all about here.
That is the truth of what. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's it. And we saw Israel crying that one of their hospitals was hit. Well, they are, they project so bad, right? They always tell us what they're doing by what they do to Gaza, and they hide their military assets under hospitals and schools and residential fucking buildings.
Every accusation's a confession.
The human shield. Exactly. So stop. So meanwhile, in Gaza, since they were so pissed off about what was happening to them, they took time out to bomb a bunch more tents and refugees this week.
Because, Obama's got Obama.
They're so busy fleeing for their life, they don't have time. Oh, wait, we have time. We have time to bomb tents. Hold on.
Yeah. It's sickening. Absolutely sickening. What is this? Who's this?
This was a TikTok. I think this is about the Israelis fleeing, maybe, or playing the victim card. One of the two.
Oh, okay. Victim card.
The Israelis have is the fucking audacity. You've infiltrated every aspect of American society. You've infiltrated our government. You've bought our politicians. You control our legislation. You funnel billions and billions of dollars, possibly trillions, from the American people on a yearly basis so that you can get free health care and go fucking brutalize, terrorize, and genocide people in Palestine. Then run away to your real homes in Europe and New York, New Jersey, wherever the fuck you're actually fucking from, and go live your lives. Go live your lives like you didn't just fucking murder children. Now, you pieces of fucking scum.
I like her.
Are on every single major news channel because you own the media too. Because you fucking infiltrated that too. Now you're on every single fucking news station playing victim. They want to kill all the... Nobody fucking cares that you're Jewish. Nobody cares. They want to kill Israelis because you're fucking murderous, genocidal pieces of shit. All right? And you have no business in modern civilized society. You are the scum of the earth. They want to kill you. They don't want to kill Jews. They don't care about your religion. Nobody fucking cares about your religion. Nobody cares. We care that you're murdering people. We care that you just unprovoked fucking threw a missile at Iran and are now on all of the news channels playing fucking victim, begging America to come fight your fucking war for you. Again, by the way, don't think we don't fucking know about 9/11. I am so fucking sick of these people. They are the absolute scum of the earth. Get the fuck off my news. Stop trying to convince us to fight your fucking war. And Lord knows, with this fucking ass clown as president, we're probably gonna go. We're probably gonna fucking go to war.
Well, you're right.
War, while Americans are literally struggling to survive. We are in so much debt. We can't afford housing. We can't afford food. But let's send billions to fucking help Israel. These fucking scumbags that don't deserve the fucking dirt on the bottom of my shoe.
That's a keeper.
Bingo.
That's
I
a
know.
keeper.
That's why I was like, I don't care. That one might get us kicked off, but I'm still bringing it. There was a bunch on here that could get us kicked off.
Yeah, we might be exclusive on Rumble and X here one of these days, real soon. So
real soon. You never know. So I did bring a Thomas Massey. Doesn't mean I'm a Thomas Massey supporter, but it says, should the United States be giving Israel weapons to make war with Iran? And guess what? 85% of people polled said no.
I imagine it's closer to 95 today. So that's where we're at on that. And
but we've been here before, Oz. We were here many times before. I was born after the Vietnam War, but I gotta imagine it was something similar. And of course, we saw it during Iraq, if we don't do something about this is going to come back to Americans. It always comes back to American soil. So weapons of mass destruction, history repeating itself. U.S. claims targets has weapons of mass destructions. Target insists it has done. U.S. intelligence makes self-contradictive statements. Oh, like Tulsi saying what they didn't.
Yeah.
U.S. refuses to say targets' weapons are real. UN says a war on targets would be illegal. Well, the UN doesn't give a shit nowadays, right?
No.
Macho U.S. leader disregards international law. Oh, that's a given. UK leaders support whatever U.S. leaders want. EU divided, with some countries speculating about. Yeah, that's always true. Media says targets, weapons of mass destruction are grave danger to cities in the West. Yeah, that's always what they say. And later, let's see, no weapons found. At least 151,000 dead. No Western leaders punished. Israel revealed to be the source of secret weapons of mass destruction. This is why I love Scott Ritter, right? Scott Ritter was one of those inspectors that would go in there, and he would tell us there was no fucking weapons there.
Well, yeah, that's
that's
some of the positives about Scott, and Scott likes to get out there and talk a lot and tell a lot of stuff, and I find him credible in many cases. This is just like Vietnam. They lied us into the Vietnam War with the Gulf of Tonkin. Eisenhower warned us about the military-industrial complex. Did anybody listen? Does anybody remember weapons of mass destruction or the Gulf of Tonkin or the attack on the USS Liberty or even World War I? That was a setup
U.S.
too.
memory is short, and they know it. They know our memory is short.
Yeah, and that's because they're distracting us with other bullshit. What's this?
This is an Israeli bomb shelter where they're locking each other out because, hey, if we don't like you, we'll just lock you out of the bomb shelter.
Oh, great. More, please. That's neighborly, and they're laughing about it. They're laughing about it. They're laughing about it. Unbelievable.
Fucking heartless, man.
Yeah, that's what that said. That was right. That was them locking people out.
Yeah, no, that's what it was.
What do we got here?
This is a skit from a Romanian woman about all of the Israelis that are fleeing the country. If it's the promised land and it's their land, why are they fleeing?
Move away, everyone. I'm fleeing from a war zone. I'm Israeli. I need entry right now. Oh no. I'm so sad about it. Passport. What brings you to Romania? There are bombs everywhere. Iran hit Tel Aviv. Pray for us. Pray for us. Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, attention. Let's pray on Israel. For Israel. Dear God, may you blast them all. Bless. My English is not very good, actually, but it's okay. Everyone now, kneel before the passport of divine entitlement. I want to talk with your boss. I want to talk with the higher up right now. Of course, let me call God. I hear he's the real estate agent who gave you the deed to someone else's house. Hello, God. Is Nadia here? I'm having here one of your chosen tenants. Yeah, it's having a mental breakdown at the immigration. It wants a global do-over, if it's possible.
Global do-over.
I'm being persecuted right now. Persecuted? My dear, you're just standing in line for passport control, not Nuremberg. Welcome to democracy. I had to leave everything behind. Except your entitlement. That made it through customs just fine.
Touché.
We want safety. So did the children in Gaza, but they did not get the window seat out.
Double
This is
touché.
absurd. Well, you bomb so many countries at the same time, and now you need Romania to feel safe. What happened with the God-chosen people? God does not agree with this anymore, or how does it work? This is a humanitarian crisis. Wow, you learned a new word. It's funny how you start using it when the bombs came your way. You thought it's only one way? Isn't it? Wow. Okay, so entry granted. Let me put the stamp. And please refrain from turning shared places into eternal homes and hotel lobbies into settlements. Excuse me? And if you see any ruins, please do not put a flag and call it Israel 2.0 just because somebody called Abraham passed there 3,000 years ago with no proof. Next, brother, why are so many divine tenants of the earth throwing theological tantrums? We don't like you here. We don't like you anywhere. But you know, democracy and everything.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Totally
that was
nailed
great.
it.
Great. I want to shout out. Thank you for the buy me a coffee, Kate. You are always buying me coffee.
Aw, Kate, that's
we're
sweet.
gonna have to send you some coffee to make up for all this wonderful, thoughtful buying me a coffee. We can sure use it, Kate, and I appreciate it so much. We've got Spirited Observer, Israeli Defense Minister Katz. He should have been on that Dogs of War. Iranian dictator is firing on hospitals, and that's a war crime. Well, you would know, wouldn't you, asshole? Wouldn't you know? Dear politicians, if you stand with Israel, I'm going to assume you're on the Epstein list. Did you add that, Shanta? That's got you written all over it.
Yeah, I totally did.
Yeah,
we're just going to assume. Let's go ahead and skip this next slide because it's kind of out of date now.
Okay, and we'll go to the next slide where this one, what is this? Oh, I brought this one. This one's a little not so funny. We need to stop Iran's illegal nukes, and then Elaine, or is it Elaine? Is that her name? You've got illegal nukes, and they lied, and how now we see you two look here while we start a war with Iran. Yeah, that's pretty much Men in Black right there. That's what they're going to do. So that's all we do is just lie. We're a country of liars. What is this burning up here, Shanta?
This would be Ukraine, because don't forget about Ukraine. When everybody's looking the other way, they're still annihilating Ukraine. This is Russia hitting Ukraine.
Ouch.
So we're supposed to believe that Putin doesn't give two shits, that China doesn't give two shits, that Pakistan doesn't give two shits, that Egypt doesn't give two shits, that India doesn't give two shits. I mean, nobody else on the globe is paying attention to what we're doing.
I think everybody on the globe is paying attention to what we're doing. And it's just going to take that straw that breaks the proverbial camel's back to start all out World War III and IV together.
I agree.
I think that's what's
and I think they fear that, or they wouldn't have so many striker groups and military groups fucking in the Middle East and in the Mediterranean.
They can't possibly fulfill what they're taking on here, because what do we have? 7 wars, now we got 8. Do we have 8 going on now? I lost count.
I've lost count.
And honestly, it's going to get a lot of people killed. And I saw that stat you read on that other post that I had up there, 151,000 dead. We're going to talk dead, counting all of them, Gaza, Ukraine, Israel. I'm suggesting that it possibly will be 2.5 million to 3 million before it's
you're probably not wrong. I mean, we've been writing these conflicts, as they call them,
which are not conflicts. Yeah, they're not conflicts.
I mean, Ukraine's been a fucking meat grinder for years now. Years. Yeah. We're talking years. Gaza, years. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's gonna be horrific. And when it starts hitting on the shores of the United States, I'm interested to see what happens then. I'm attacking Iran because they have nuclear weapons. Why don't you attack Russia? And are you crazy? They have nuclear weapons. Shit. Yeah, that's perfect with that particular meme. So I have to say, we've got. Is this Chrissy Hedges you got here?
Chris Hedges. Yep.
Chris Lynn Hedges, here we go.
What are your thoughts on the No Kings rallies? I don't see many or any young people, mostly boomers, and I don't see signs protesting the genocide at these rallies. Well, we live in a system where the consent of the governed is meaningless. They don't really care what we think. Most people don't want to see Social Security destroyed. Most people don't want to see, veterans' benefits privatized. Most people would like big banks held accountable. Most people don't want the oligarchs and the billionaire class to engage in virtual tax boycotts, but it doesn't matter. For rallies like this, it's largely, in terms of actually influencing or pressuring the Trump administration, useless. What is not useless is what we saw in Los Angeles, where you actually begin to shut down highways and you disrupt the machinery of state. And of course, the Trump administration has responded with very draconian measures to thwart that. But I think it's acts of civil disobedience, acts of disruption that will be effective in putting pressure on the Trump administration. I mean, I think it's great that people went out. That's better than not going out. But I don't think ultimately the Trump administration cares how many people are protesting, as long as they don't begin to disrupt the mechanisms of governance and commerce. Ultimately, we have to organize strikes. That is the most effective weapon we have. Of course, organized labor has been decimated, so it's almost a rebuilding process. This is what Shama Sawant is trying to do with No Worker Strike Back.
It is incredibly important to push the possibilities of strike and protest actions as far as possible.
The power we have is expressed primarily through the strike, which is why since, let's say, the early 70s, the billionaire class, the business community, the corporatists have worked so hard to disempower the American worker and strip from them the ability to organize and to strike.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this as politely as I can and thoughtfully. I appreciate our sisters and brothers who go out there in a pink pussy hat or hold a peace vigil all day long. But they have not been effective to date. So you need to organize with the likes of a Shama Sawant or others to fuck up the machine.
The economics. You hit them in the pocket. That's the only thing they fucking know is money.
And I'll have a caveat on that. I have great contempt for blocking traffic on freeways and in town stuff. I know, well, that's just because it makes it inconvenient for me. No, it makes it inconvenient for the father that's getting their child that fell out of a tree to a hospital. You know, anytime you clog up emergency services, I can't get behind that. What I can do is when you go to a corporate office and surround the building, that I can do.
You shut down a port. You shut down commerce from moving. Yeah, shit like that I get behind. Wildcat strikes, labor strikes.
And I will argue that point with everybody because when I see emergency services blocked up, I have a big problem with that.
I used to be of the mentality of fuck it, you know, but I've evolved as an activist, and you start to realize what tactics work and what tactics don't, and those are...
Yeah, the thank God few times I've had to take somebody to the hospital, very few, like 3 I've had to do, there wasn't a protest blocking them from getting to the hospital, because one of them, had I not made it when I did, would have died. And I can't do that. So I will have that discussion or debate with somebody on that all day long. But again, I support every other facet, and I do not support these anarchists, these paid agents going in and burning up trucks and property. The agent provocateurs, Misha said that. I know she got it from me, didn't you, Misha? But, you know, at the end of Misha, she said she should have come on back into the screen and said, bricks are on sale. You know,
they're free. They're free. Are you kidding?
Yeah, they're free.
They've been dropping them off pallet wares.
What is this?
I just thought this was a little odd. So a story got ran that said, no, the USS Nimitz will not be destroyed in a false flag operation. What an odd thing to say.
What are they trying to say? And this was different for Fiorella. I never see her do this kind of stuff.
Fee says, y'all got any more of those videos of Israel getting bombed?
Did she actually post that?
Yeah, she did.
Wow, Fee. Wow. Welcome. DNC reportedly may need to borrow cash to keep the lights on. Well, good. Don't give them any because they suck and they're no better than the other side on this thing. Do not give a political party cash unless you are sure you know where the cash is going to. But
it's going to Act Blue. Are you kidding?
Yeah, the DNC, it's all going to Act Blue. Do not give the Republicans or the Democrats cash. Ever. And that's just my advice.
That's a great reface of Linda.
Take it or leave it. Yeah, she likes that one. She looks good. She looks so.
I can't wait.
She's looking forward to seeing you. I think
I'm looking forward to seeing her.
Yeah, that'll be great. Who's this?
Where's Obama? What happened to all the hope that we had in 2008? Where is Obama now?
Where are the Democrats?
He should be out there, like countering and pushing back against this.
The Democrats are throwing out Bernie Sanders. And
he's partying in the Hamptons.
Thomas Massey?
Barry.
Who else
Barry's partying.
I don't see Democrats. I want my senators, my representatives on the horn now, on TV.
They all support it. They're not. Patty Murray's not going to say a damn word. Rick Larson's not going to say a fucking word. Adam Smith's not going to say a fucking word.
Oh, he made the war pig the deal. You saw his picture in there.
Of course he did.
Adam Smith, that guy, he's the worst. You know, he is the worst. So vote for Shama Sawant if you are inclined to vote for peace.
If you're in District 9 in Washington.
His latest piece asks this question: where is Barack Obama? And in it, Mark, you write, in part,
quote, Barry?
No matter how brazen Trump becomes, the most effective communicator in the Democratic Party continues to opt for minimal communication. His audacity of hope presidency has given way to
you
a
can
fierce
kill it wherever. I should have
of
cut
Senate
it.
retirement. Obama's conspicuous scarcity, while Trump inflicts such damage, isn't just a bad look. It's a dereliction of the message that he built his career on. When Obama first ran for president in 2008, his former life as a community organizer was central to his message. His campaign was not merely for him, but for civic action itself, the idea of Americans being invested in their own change. After he left office in 2017, Obama said that he would work to inspire and develop the next cohort of leaders, which is essentially the mission of his foundation. It would seem a contradiction for him to say that he's devoting much of his post-presidency to promoting civic engagement when he himself seems so disengaged. And Mark.
Yeah. Okay, you can kill it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where the hell is he? He did run on, civil engagement and protesting. And now where is he? He doesn't say a fucking word. He's busy being Hollywood. He's fucking,
in the Hamptons rubbing his knob.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. But
he's
again,
hanging out with Bruce Springsteen.
Your meme up there is right on, or who is Democratic Party in 2008, hope, and then Democratic Party 2025, hopeless. That's exactly what's going on with them. They are hopeless. They are worthless. They are garbage. Absolutely. And they got rid of David Hogg. Yeah, it's this one. This one, yeah. She's a piece of work.
Kathy Hochul held a press conference and one of her eyebrows didn't show up and one showed up too high.
Uh-oh.
Do you want to know what I really think?
No.
Please, it's bullshit.
Oh, she swore.
How dare they take an elected official who's been going down there for weeks to escort people who are afraid to walk into a courthouse in the United States of America because despite them having legal status and following the rules and making their appointments, that they don't know what's going to happen to them. So Brad Lander has stepped up to be a guiding help for them. And this is what happens to him. What the hell is happening to this country? I just left Little Haiti. People are being traumatized. Small businesses, people walking down the street. When I was there in August, the streets were mobbed. People were walking down the sidewalks. There were vendors everywhere. The traffic was crowded. Today, there was silence. People are living in fear.
I think one of her eyes might be crying, trying to cry.
They came here with legal status. Temporary protective status was legal. Tens of thousands of people came here with legal status, and it's literally ripped away from them.
Showboating with one eyebrow. I don't know. She's competing with Pelosi for the craziest eyebrows. Redacted.
You fixed it. You fixed it. That's great.
I told my friend she drew her eyebrows on a little too high. She looked surprised.
That's funny. That's funny. Now, you brought the House Drinker here, I see.
Well, this is a message from the House Drinker, yes. We haven't had one in such a long time.
At least she came out of the woodwork to speak about this, right?
Yeah.
Good evening, peasants. Tonight I wanted to share a little secret about how we successful people keep the wheels of power turning smoothly. It's called the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act. Let me tell you, it's a masterpiece for Democrats. Back in 2012, sucks away neatly into the National Defense Authorization Act. We passed this wonderful miracle.
Oh, God.
We repealed the old Smith-Mundt Act's ban on spreading government-produced content, like Voice of America, right here at home. Before, we could only whisper our narratives abroad. Now, we can broadcast them to every American, loud and clear. Why is it so good for us? It's simple. Propaganda. Oh, let's call it strategic messaging. Let's just shape the story. We decide what the peasants and the struggling masses believe. It's not about truth. It's about control. And control keeps us wealthy, powerful, and unjust, while the rest of you peasants stay poor, divided, and distracted. The act lets us flood the airwaves with stories that pitch the weak against each other. Race, class, ideology. Divide and conquer, I always say. While they're busy fighting over scraps, we secure tax breaks for corporation trade deals for billionaires and cushy positions for our loyalists. It's a beautiful system. You dummies out there probably have no idea what I'm talking about. That's how I like it. You see, peasants out there are just collateral damage. You're too busy hating your neighbors to notice we're rigging the whole system. With media partners on our side, we craft narratives to keep you all angry, confused, and powerless. The Smith-Mundt Modernization Act makes it legal, easy, and oh so effective. So here's to the act, tool that keeps our elites circling, thriving, while the masses scramble below. It's not just good for Democrats, it's essential for keeping power where it belongs. With us. The powerful, the wealthy, the untouchable, and the above the law. Cheers to propaganda. My friends, it's how we rule. Long may we reign! Good night, peasants!
An important message on propaganda.
What's sick is the amount of truth that is in that disgusting.
That was all
display.
truth. That was
It
all
was
truth.
all truth.
Yeah.
It was all truth, whether she wants to admit it or not. And I prefer her like this, except for the sound effects. They're killing me.
She probably does that. Have you ever sat next to her? I haven't, but I would guess she's a little gassy.
Yeah.
Well, at least there's no Mexicans, right?
Oh my God, my God! And I did, as you requested, I animated that GIF. You look really good.
Oh, it looks good. Good call, guys.
Love the blue eyes. Looks good. I didn't have time to do the other one I wanted to do, but maybe next time.
This next meme is so bad. The new Brokeback Mountain looks wild.
Is that what's his face? That's
Shapiro and
Cyborg. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Too funny. I can't read this. Did I bring this or did you bring this?
I don't know because we share a brain.
Okay, so the individual maximum that a person can donate to a New York mayor candidate is $2,100. Mike Bloomberg just donated $8.3 million to Como through a super PAC. This is what a rigged campaign finance system is designed to let the wealthy buy elections look like. Yeah.
If New York allows that to happen and puts Como in, they deserve what they get. They
deserve what they get. They're going to kill more grandmas is what they're going to do.
Yeah, they're going to kill more grandmas. It's horrific what that guy has gotten away with so far. You're high on Fox tonight, aren't you? Wow.
I'm high on Fox.
Yeah.
Fox.
What is this?
Well, I got to tell you, CNN sucks so bad. I did bring you guys 2 MSNBS clips, but there ain't nothing coming out of CNN anymore to make fun of. So I just had to make fun of Fox.
CNN is getting ready to collapse. They're almost.
Yeah, I think they're going to shut their doors, right?
60 days, if that, you're going to stop seeing Anderson Cooper. I'm
so sad.
I am so sad to not see a Vanderbilt's puss on the screen. I can't tell you.
Right.
All right, let's see what this guy's got to talk about.
Well, 4
Americans
people
Newsroom.
are pleading guilty, all part of a $500 million bribery scandal involving USAID. Mike Emanuel has a story from Washington. Bill, good morning. The scheme involving cash, NBA tickets, and a country club wedding. According to the Justice Department, USAID official Roderick Watson sold his influence starting back in 2013. Contractors Walter Barnes and Daryl Britt funneled payoffs through subcontractor Paul Young to hide their tracks. It doesn't end there. Barnes' company, working in conjunction with another firm, kept receiving federal funds.
I know, I'm shocked.
$5,000 for human resources consulting late last year. And then later, after suing the government, a contract worth up to $800 million. Matthew R. Galliotti, head of the Justice Department's criminal division, saying, quote, their scheme violated the public trust by corrupting the federal government's procurement process. Anybody who cares about good and effective government should be concerned about the waste, fraud, and abuse in government agencies, including USAID. Cutting waste, fraud, and abuse has been a big focus on Capitol Hill across government, a major priority for House Speaker Mike
Except
Johnson.
for anything that actually
the U.S.
counts.
Agency for International Development has been a target for those looking to trim government spending, with some suggesting the agency funneled taxpayer dollars into ideological projects.
You think?
Blew it. They showed themselves to be completely irresponsible. It needs to be redone, and the funds need to be directed properly.
Back to the scheme, the Justice Department says this kind of fraud erodes public trust. Bill?
You think?
Wild story, Mike.
You can
Half
kill
a
it there.
billion dollars.
Still no
Remarkable.
audit of the
Mike
Pentagon,
Emanuel, live
though.
in DC for us. Thank you, Mike.
You know, again, for all of you that applaud Doge, if you're in here, you better rethink that, because what they're doing is they're just throwing up stories like this to justify taking away your Medicare and other services, and those who are into Doge.
Not to
are gonna
say that USAID wasn't fucking terrible and they
no,
weren't
USAID was a
billions
money,
through it.
money funneling organization.
But
the whole point is to crumble the system, to wreck the system that did.
If they
do the
wanted
good
to
stuff.
cut the budget and find money, they could do it by going after the military-industrial complex. Really fucking simple, but they don't.
And they wouldn't have to spend so much work on it. They could do it in probably 2 days. It'd be easy.
Yeah. I guess we're not getting an audit of Fort Knox. Remember when we were all talking about that 6 months ago?
That goal is someplace
let's
else.
see. Breaking Israel media reports that air defense is costing Israel $285 million per day. Don't worry, Americans with no health care will pay it. Yeah,
of course. And I brought this. No need to bring the video. It speaks for itself. Leaked audio. AIPAC CEO brags about how AIPAC controls Trump's national security officials, such as Marco Rubio, John Ratcliffe, Mike Waltz, who was caught spying, by the way. America is occupied by Israel. Well, that's not news. I shouldn't even have bothered, but I did want to bring that and show everybody. Now we're getting into the lifestyles section of our show for tonight. California job losses soar, 3 more factories to close. Kroger says they will close 60 stores over the next 18 months. IKEA suddenly closing more stores amid concerning customer trends. Multiple Texas farms shut down after almost 100% of workforce vanishes overnight. I wonder who their workforce was. And nationwide McDonald's boycott plan for June 24th. You know what, Shanda?
I boycott them every day, so I'm already there.
We've talked and talked. We've shown the statistics of all these shows that were.
Is that your sister?
No, it's Christine. I can't answer it, Christine. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of a show. I don't know how to turn it off anymore. How do I turn it off?
You got to swipe.
Okay. Sorry. But no, the math does not work out in my head. All these companies are laying off, closing, everything else. What does that do to the unemployment reserves? Are they borrowing to pay for the unemployment? We're economically being thrust into devastation. And like them or not, Richard Wolff and others are exactly right. The shoe is going to drop. And people are going to say...
waiting for a long time for it to drop.
People are going to say, what happened? But it's coming. It is coming.
But all these places closing, it just becomes... They're funneling us into Amazon, Walmart online, and
Costco.
We won't have box stores. Costco. We won't have box stores to go to. Everybody will be ordering their shit online. And that way they can control it and track what you're buying. It's just part of the track trace system and funneling us into the future of the Orwellian control that's coming. That's already here. That's already
here.
Us.
It's already here.
Yeah, it's already
And I just want to say, this is... I could have made 10 slides of of jobs that are being lost. This is just a crumb of what's happening. So I would say roughly all these closings, you're looking at 38,000 to 48,000 people out of work. And the boycott at McDonald's, I get it. And people won't buy a fillet of fish for a week. And that'll hurt them because McDonald's is $1 billion corporation.
They're already cutting jobs, though. You know, I went to our local Taco Bell a couple of months ago when I was doing chemo, and they didn't even have any front counter people. If you didn't talk to a person, you just walk up to a machine, and there's people in the back building the orders, and they send them out. They're automating everything.
And I won't. It's easy for me because you know my wife. I won't go into. I can't eat any of this shit anymore. What's this? PSA, paycheck?
Well, even the people that, are working are not fucking making it, Oz. You can work 24 hours a day and still not be making enough money to cover your basic needs.
Exactly. Is she going to cry? Is she going to make me cry?
No, but she's going to complain a little bit.
Okay.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get a little bit of it because I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have no food to eat for dinner except for mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due. So it's this paycheck isn't even why do I even have it? They might as well take my paycheck and just send it to all my bills Like, what's the point in me even getting my paycheck? It's like annoying. Like, I'm not going to see it anyway. Not only that, but in like 3 weeks, I have to pay for summer camp because school's almost over. So it's like, that's another $700-800 that I have to come up with to pay for summer camp. And if I don't pay for summer camp, guess who can't work because their kid is going to be at home with them? Me. So obviously that's going to be like a major to do. Like, I can't not pay summer camp. Not only do I have a personal loan and medical bills up the wazoo, like literally I have like a bill for like $3,000 from the hospital. I have like an $8,000 personal loan that was a consolidation loan from like a bunch of loans that I had. I haven't paid them in like 7 months. I owe them so much money. They call me like twice a day, dude. Like collections calls, fucking, and all I'm doing every day is doing my best. And I literally can't get ahead. Like I can't get ahead. I wake up and I fucking work. And these people are after me for money. And I'm like, dude, I'm literally trying my best. What do you want from me? I have side gigs here and there, like OF once in a while I'll make like $60. But like, that's not really consistent. And like, I'm a painter. Like I have a ladder in the back of my car. I'm a painter, right? So like today I literally didn't have enough tools to do my job. And I was like, I can't do this right now. Like I don't have the fucking shit that I need for my job. Like I can't even fucking work, dude. Like I'm so stressed. I literally can't. I can't fucking do this anymore.
She's fucked. And along with
She's not
everybody
alone.
else.
Can anybody relate? I totally can fucking relate. Always robbing Peter to pay Paul and stay ahead of the fucking phone calls.
I know. It's horrific what's going on, but the shoe is gonna drop. I'm telling you, sooner than later. Maybe tomorrow.
Well,
Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe a war could fix our
that'll fix everything. Just great. Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
And you have to bring these human nature stories.
Well, I figure we talk about something other than the economy. Let's talk about our food because our food is so healthy and good for us. Human DNA found in hot dogs. Are a few of you still eating hot dogs? I know they taste good sometimes, but there is still a few brands that you can get. Hebrews aren't as bad as the rest from what I hear. And I don't know about the Costco dogs though.
You dang Zionist. Oh, God.
I know. The Zionist in me's coming up.
Eating Hebrew hot dogs. Oh, my God.
Hey, they're the only ones that apparently don't have human DNA.
People who eat hot dogs eat them because they taste so good. But what's in them is not so good. We've learned to accept it. But I don't know if you'll feel so accepting after this. The company Clear Foods recently analyzed 345 hot dog and sausage products from 75 brands and retailers and found... Are you hot dog lovers ready for this? Human DNA in 2% of the samples and in 2/3 of the vegetarian samples. And get this, 10% of all vegetarian products appear to contain meat. Clear Foods says that there are some companies producing high-quality hot dog. Top scores to Butterball, McCormick, Eckrich, and Hebrew National. Human DNA.
Hey, Shanda, what happened to Bill?
Barbecue.
Where's Bill? Bill was at work making hot dogs the other night, and he hasn't been to work for 3 days. Where's Bill?
Bill fell in the grinder. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Well, if you're going to eat hot dogs, buy McCormick or Butterball or Hebrews, it sounds like.
They got too much processed. Don't eat them. Your prostate will thank you. Don't eat
What was it, The Great Outdoors? And they said, the raccoon said, hot dogs are nothing but lips and assholes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No kidding. No kidding. 9 food brands that won't survive RFK's ban. I'm saying, great. Good. That's poison. It's sweet poison. You know, the one there that bothers me a lot, that's Crystal Light is what's up there in the top. That's the worst because I drank Powerade for years, and I know those dyes in that fucked me up. You know what that sprinkly shit is right there in the middle?
The sprinkles?
Yeah. That's funfetti. Funfetti.
Oh, yeah, funfetti. I like funfetti. Damn it.
When you get funfetti now, it's going to be like brown. So it won't be so fun.
It'll be brown.
But and once again, I'll credit him with getting the dyes out of this shit. I'm just interested if people are going to want to drink Gatorade that look like mud puddles. I don't
drink Gatorade too often because it gives me heartburn, but I did have one a couple weeks ago and it tasted actually pretty good. But I always get the white one. I'm
restricted from drinking any of that stuff anymore. I get water or dandelion tea or
there you go.
Lemon water. Here you go. Just in, Kraft Heinz announces it will eliminate all chemicals and dyes in its project over the next 2 years. Maha victory. You know what? I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, Kraft Heinz. I don't know. I think they're just blowing smoke up your skirt.
Oh, that's
maybe.
John Kerry and his partner, Teresa Heinz. Drink diet soda. What? Go ahead.
This one kind of blew my mind. Now, this is about aspartame, but listen to who actually got aspartame through the fucking process and out to the public, knowing that it caused cancer. I didn't know this, and yeah, it's bombshell.
Yeah, let's watch.
My name is Jim Turner. I'm an attorney in Washington, D.C., and I've been working on stopping aspartame NutraSweet since 1970. This product is a dangerous product made up of 3 neurotoxins, any one of which could cause you health problems. Combined, it's really dangerous. The most interesting thing, however, is it's on the market because of politics. When we started attacking NutraSweet back in 1970, we were able to actually keep it off the market for 11 years until 1981. And we had a public board of inquiry convened by the FDA which ruled that it should not be marketed. The data showed it was likely to be a cancer-causing chemical. This was in 1980. 1 month after that board ruled, Ronald Reagan was elected president, and Donald Rumsfeld, the president of the company that made NutraSweet, that made aspartame, was on the transition team and arranged for a particular person to be made commissioner of the FDA, who overruled the public board of inquiry, overruled all scientists at the FDA who had looked at it, and overruled the public board of inquiry who were outside scientists. So we have here the combination of political toxicity and biological toxicity working together and creating serious problems. After that,
shocked, Shanda. I'm shocked.
Are you shocked? Donald Rumsfeld was the one that transitioned aspartame onto the market? No fucking day. You know what? I hope you're burning in hell down there, Donald Rumsfeld.
Yeah, I hope he's getting peeled back really good. And this is why I say I'll believe it when I see it, RFK Jr. This story, I think I didn't see it, but I have a suspicion I'm going to like it. What's this?
Yeah, Simply Orange is getting sued because guess what? They're not Simply Orange.
Finally. When Donald Sutherland, the late great actor, was advertising for them, I'm shaking my head. Donald, you don't want to be on this one.
With what just happened with Simply Orange, this should send shockwaves through the consumer market. So Simply Orange is owned by Coca-Cola, and here's what they just got caught doing. Now you may think with the slick branding that this is just simply orange juice, and it's not from concentrate, so that's good, right? The problem is oranges are on the dirty dozen, which means they're part of the 12 fruits and vegetables that are the most sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. So right off the bat, since it's not organic, you're getting doses of chemicals, pesticides, but that's not what this controversy is about.
Yeah,
and it's not about the synthetic vitamins that they put in here either. Coca-Cola, the parent company, has now been sued because of high levels of toxic forever chemicals that are found in Simply Orange juice. Forever chemicals, also known as PFAS chemicals, is basically what's used to coat a nonstick pan, which we know there's many documentaries about the extreme damaging effects of these chemicals on the human body. So my guess is that their entire factory uses Teflon nonstick material, and that's how hundreds of times, look at this, hundreds of times above federal limits for drinking water. So they're getting sued because they say, made Simply Orange, it's just Simply Oranges, and yet it has hundreds of times of a neurotoxic, DNA damaging chemical in it. Let me know in the comments.
And that's what I think is in my Powerade too, PFSAs. I think
probably. They probably use the same,
equipment to put it in. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, exactly the same. Look up Zantac. Yes, I took Zantac for years. Zantac poisoned all of us, driving me Macy.
Yeah, I'm still taking Nexium, and they're talking about how that can cause cancer too. But what are you?
I take Prilosec, and it's prescribed by my doctors, but I have to buy it over the counter.
And
my
Reglan.
Insurance won't cover it.
I take Reglan too, and that's another one. So anyway, what's this dude talking about?
Nanotech. Is it in your body?
Yeah, probably.
This is nanotechnology. This is stuff that you can't see, you can't feel, you can't hear, you can't touch. It's an attack and control of the body, the mind, and the soul.
I thought
when you start introducing nanotechnology in the air, in the water, in the food, into people's bodies, we kept asking, well, what's causing this? What's causing that? So it's a combination of creating the fear, the synthetic parasites, the bioweapons. Dr. Brian Ardis' research on venoms comes into play because the venoms are very important in altering the DNA. You've seen the studies on 5G, right? It causes double-strand breaks to the DNA. So for them to accomplish the transhumanism agenda and to make us into part cyborg, they need something to strengthen our DNA. That's why they're using venom codes and different types of venoms, because snakes and wild boars are the only animals on Earth that can withstand high levels of radiation.
They gotta make us lizard people.
So they have to basically make us like part reptilian.
Okay. Aren't we already there?
Yeah, we already were. So did you see this?
No.
Okay, so this giant dome that looks like an eye bell fell from the sky and landed in Indiana during a storm because they've been having a lot of like tornadoes and big summer storms. And a lot of people are saying it's very Truman Show-esque. Where did it come from? The military is trying to say that it was just an old weather radar dome that they sold off, and then therefore it wasn't maintenance, but they don't know how it got there, and they don't know where it fell from. And a lot of people are saying that it was surveillance dome, meaning that it's surveilling over Indiana. And I brought a little video so you can see just how big this thing was, because you can't really see how big it was.
I think it's
in the
space,
picture.
I think it's space debris.
Space
debris. This thing fell in a neighborhood last night. Luckily, it missed all the houses and cars and people. Everyone was safe. Does anyone know what it is?
Look at how big that thing is. A flatbed truck had to take it out of there.
Where's Snarky? Snarky, what the hell is that
Snarky?
thing?
What the hell is that? They're saying it was a radar dome for the weather, and if you've been tracking the weather over Tornado Alley during the last couple of weeks, they keep knocking out the radars, and it's weird because it won't even be a place where the storm is at yet, and the radar will get knocked out. So there's something hanky going on with our GPS radar detectors when it comes to weather. Space debris. Yeah, that would be my guess.
I think it's one of Jack's Giant's left testicle that fell off.
One of the Giants dropped his testicles.
Yeah, he dropped his artificial testicle. We made it to Hollywood. Go fuck yourself.
Hollywood, go fuck yourself.
And you've got some here. I recognize this person. What the hell? How old is Kelsey Grammer?
70. He's becoming a dad of 8, expecting his 4th baby with this wife. I just think that's cruel. That's cruel. You know you're not going to be around for. Why? I don't know.
Minute.
What do you think?
Wait a minute. Dad of 8, baby number 4. The math isn't working there. You mean he's already got?
Well, no,
8?
with this wife. He's got with this wife. He's already got 4 with some other woman, and then he's on his 4th with this woman. It looks.
Somebody needs to tell Kelsey how the birds and the bees work. I don't know what the hell he's thinking.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't have any business having kids at that age. It's not right. The kid's going to grow up without a father. It's sad.
Well, I have that same problem with Scarface, Al Pacino. What the hell is he doing pumping kids out? He's too old for that
De Niro, too. They're all pumping kids out. Just because you fucking can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. You know, that's terrible. And then this lady died. We're highly suspect of this death.
This one, I think, a lot of people want to talk about the boop boop on this one, but she was found with a lot of pill bottles by her side. So I'm thinking potential overdose.
I'm thinking I'm gonna meet you halfway, and I'm gonna say a combination of both.
Combo both? Yeah, probably.
Both. Speaking of both, guess what movie came out 50 years ago?
I know. Do you feel old?
Yeah, I am old. I am old.
Feel old every day.
You got to help a little bit with Stoner Corner this week.
I did. I threw 1 or 2.
I threw this last one in this morning because it was so good. Marco Polo, and then the other rabbit says, "Are you fucking high?" And then me strutting through life, high, happy, and reeking of weed. Chicken pot pie, my 3 favorite things in the world: the chicken, the pot, and the pie. Smoking weed in 2007, smoking a bowl in the woods a mile behind Taco Bell before a movie. Man, I hope the cops don't show up.
I just smoke in the car now when we go to the theater.
Yeah, I got news for this person. I was doing this shit back in 1977. And smoking
you were smoking
weed
in the woods.
Me smoking weed in 2025. Guess I'll just hit the vape pen and Target. Fuck it. And then we have me, 2 bong rips, 3 cups of coffee, deep trying to lock in and get ready for work. Yeah, I think I might have had a moment like that. When I say I'm on my way, just one more bowl. Can you relate to that, Shanda? Just one more bowl.
Just one more bowl. Snarky says that did not come from space.
Okay.
I don't know.
Because Snarky, it would have been burned up, right, Snarky?
That makes sense.
What if it was
Would've burned
enclosed
up on
in
entry?
Yeah, what was this? What, Snarky, here, let me ask you this. What if it was enclosed in something that broke apart at a level where that object wouldn't burn up? Is that feasible? Because I seem to remember a show that I loved and I still love called Dead Like Me, where a toilet seat made it and killed somebody. So is that possible?
I
Snorky?
thought you were talking about Mork.
No, Mark for Mark. No, that
he
was,
got dropped in something around on the earth
that was Dead Like Me. That show was great, and they should have gone on with it. But Mandy Patinkin was in it. Anyway, it came to me tonight. Bill Maher has been smoking weed from Russia that is laced with paraquat. How many people agree?
him and frickin' Sean Penn.
Yeah.
They were
It's
hanging out this last week.
Stupid takes. Stupid takes. I don't know how anybody can seriously watch Bill Maher and think he's informing. So,
or any of his guests.
Or any of his guests. They're just horrible. Anyway, we are we're in Meme Alley now, right? Okay, Meme Alley. And I just put the garlic. Have you ever soaked your feet in garlic water?
No.
I have never done that. It's supposed to be good for you.
Well, onions are too. Have you ever seen you slice an onion, stick it to the bottom of your foot, and put socks on? It's supposed to pull the toxins out.
Well, it's supposed to battle infection and help with digestion. It even preserves food. Why would you keep food in between your toes?
Hey, it'll keep vampires away too.
Yeah, but you should soak your feet in garlic water. And then maybe a little lavender would reduce your stress. No, it doesn't work.
I live in the lavender capital of the United States, and I'm stressed out. It doesn't.
In a galaxy long ago and far away, gas was 48.9 cents a gallon. Do you want to know what the lowest price I remember gas was?
What?
29 cents a gallon.
I believe it. I remember 99 cents and 89 cents. That's the lowest I remember.
Mine was 29 cents a gallon, and I miss those days. I understand.
Me too.
We have
fill up for $10.
Yeah. We have, good morning, here's another frickin' week of outward smiles and inward screams. Man, can I relate to that, especially today. The cashier told me to strip down and face me. By the time I realized what they meant, the debit card was too late. I love when all my bills are paid so I can enjoy, and you can relate to this too, Shanda, my remaining $17.87 in peace.
Yep.
That's about it for me too. We live month to month, and it's just so much fun. And we have Life Update currently holding together with duct tape and sarcasm. And there's Wile E. Coyote saying, "What the fuck?" Scientists discover that cockroach milk is 3 times more nutritious than cow milk. Well, with the size disparity between a cow and a cockroach, I think you're going to need a hell of a lot of cockroaches. So
we got plenty in the Congress.
Yeah, I bet. They're in Congress. They are in Congress. And let's see, we've got, where are we? I lost my place.
75.
Here we are. I love this one, Shanda. This is so cool. Toby versus Godzilla. That's the little dog of the house. Beware of dog, and that's Godzilla going through. I thought that was cute. That was worth a laugh. Because that's how my dog would be with something that big. And let me see, where else? Where the hell am I? I think I'm lost again. Oh, here we are. And you brought this. This is you brought this one in the middle.
Feeling lost in life? Just remember you are here. 1, birth. 2, what the fuck. 3, death.
Yeah, that's about it.
We're at what the fuck.
And maybe not the best abbreviation for assorted ass fudge. I've seen that so many times.
We don't want no ass fudge.
Yeah, we don't want no ass
It goes
fudge.
well with the enema coffee.
Us damn boomers have to deal with that way too often. So I'm sorry.
Ass fudge.
Ass fudge. Yeah, that's no good. Let me see. Oh, here we are.
We're on nostalgia.
We're almost out of here. We got hell of a trailer. We got hell of an outro, guys. Stick around if you love Floyd. It's fantastic. And this is Forbidden Planet. Remember that movie? And Spencer Tracy. And Anne Francis. I loved Anne Francis. And she had a show back in the day called Honey West. It went for 1 season. And it was fantastic. But they were so misogynistic back then, it only lasted 1 season. She did a terrific job. Spencer Tracy, Robert Ryan, Bad Day at Black Rock, classic. And do you know that I actually had a stand with a phone on it like that, Shanda? That's
really?
Yes,
Wow.
I did. I actually
Wow.
did. I am dating myself once again. Let's see what we got here. You brought this.
Waiting in line to get in the drive-in and theater in the 70s. I totally remember waiting in line. Our drive-in we still have two locally that, I can
And
get
that was one of the safer places to smoke weed because everybody was. And I brought a Mr. Peabody, and what's the kid's name? I can't remember. Mr. Peabody.
I don't remember. Mr. Peabody.
Somebody in the chat, Mr. Peabody, and what's the kid's name? It just brain freeze here. Where are we going today?
Chris, Korsgal, good to see ya.
Yeah, we're doing a show, Chris. I couldn't answer the phone. I'm so sorry. We are going today, Mr. Peabody, back to the 70s when the music didn't suck. And no offense to 80s and 90s music, but the 70s was really prime time for music. It was fantastic.
It really was.
It really was. Now, Shanda, can you relate to a little Aquanet and legs and false nails?
An exclamation. Yes, I can smell it right now.
Yeah, Aquanet and legs. I used to sell that shit. Man, boy, I couldn't get enough of Aquanet would come in by the pallet. It was so much. And I didn't remember this, but I did hear about this. Not saying I'm old, but I remember when Fred and Wilma smoked Winston's. Do you believe that?
I don't remember them smoking Winston's, but okay.
Yeah, I have a hard
good choice.
time.
Good
I
choice.
have a hard time believing that. And then, of course, Canon and Mannix and kids complaining about Spotify. They don't know the real struggle. And man, I had that struggle. I salvaged so many cassette tapes back in the day. And Nielsen ratings back in the day, 1969 to 1970. Jim Nabors was at the top of the list with Bewitched coming behind, and Walt Disney, Bill Cosby, My Three Sons, Courtship of Eddie's Father. I love that show. Green Acres, didn't care for that. That Girl should have been at the top for me. Brady Bunch, Room 222, Beverly Hillbillies, Hardy Har Har, Here's Lucy, Hogan's Heroes, Julia. That was a nice movie, a nice TV series too. Family Affair. And Nanny and the Professor. I like that a lot. So
I loved Green Acres. I don't know what you're puffing about.
I just didn't.
I love the Gabor sisters.
Yeah, it weirded me out. It was just, yeah. But anyway, then we've got McHale's Navy, and I want to go back to the 70s and stay there forever. I want to join her. These are the days I miss where the Associated Artists produced the cartoons with Elmer Fudd and Daffy Duck and Porky Pig and Bugs Bunny.
I agree.
Those were the days. Those were the peaceful, calm days, not this shit show that we're involved with nowadays. It's horrific. Horrific. And lastly, we have this. I don't have a clip. No, it's not last. Second to last. Don't have a clip. But here's the wages for Woodstock. Jimi Hendrix, $18,000. Blood, Sweat, and Tears, $15,000. Joan Baez, $10,000. Creedence CCR, $10,000. The Band, $7,500. Janis Joplin, $7,500. Jefferson Airplane, $7,500. Sly and Family Stone, $7,000. And Canned Heat, $6,500. The Who, $6,200. Richie Havens, $6,000. Arlo Guthrie, $5,000. This is when a lot of them were starting out.
Santana only got $750.
I know.
Santana was fucking rocked that show. Joe Cocker only got $1,300.
I know. That's nuts. That's nuts. Then all the way to the bottom. Yeah, Santana, $375. I don't remember Quill. But
I don't
anyway,
remember Quill either, but that blows my mind that Santana only got $755.
And being abducted by aliens just might be the vacation I need. Here. I totally agree.
Please take me.
And lastly, I may be old, but I got to see the world before I go to shit. Before I got to see the world before it went to shit. And yes, I did.
Yep.
And life isn't so much easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's more like stressy, messy, lemon zesty. And I had you in mind when I put that in there, Shanda.
Thank you.
Yeah,
it is messy, but hey, I'm still alive, and that's all that matters.
I thought you'd like that. We got announcements before we get out of here. Besides, we hope we have a show next week. We hope we have a
Yeah, I hope we don't get blown it up. I'm not feeling very well. I've struggled to get through tonight's show. I'm gonna try to do a Monday morning. I've got part of a show already wrote, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. If I can get a show wrote, you'll see me Monday. If not, I'm in bed.
Yeah. And
I'm struggling. I've got a lung infection and I've got a lot of bone pain.
I'm sorry. I've been feeling shitty all week. Tonight I feel halfway
Well, you did amazing work on all of the music all week. I know you worked on it all week because those were amazing. The intro was awesome. The segment that you brought was awesome. Yeah. And I know the outro is gonna rock.
This is probably one of the best outros I think I've done as far as engineering, and I'm not taking credit away from the band who does it, but I have to fix it to get it to sound as good as it does. And of course, our outros is a kind of a microcosm of our show. And so if you just want to come and watch outros, you can kind of see what we talk about every week. Anyway, we love you guys. And I'm going to look one more time over at coffee to see if I missed anybody. No, nobody's over there. But thanks again, Kate, for the coffee. Totally appreciate it. And we will do a show next week if Shanda and I are up to it. We do our best to be here every week.
But guess what? No show on 4th of July weekend. And why is that? Because I'm going to spend 4th of July with Oz. I think the 4th is on Friday, right?
Friday the 4th,
so
yeah.
I don't see us having a show built and ready for that.
No, we're going to be off that week
so
for sure. So
we're taking 4th of July weekend off, but you guys will get pictures and all of the, Linda's going to come up. We're all going to visit. So yay. Beauty and the Boomers getting together for the 4th.
Yeah. And who knows? Amber might show up. She just might.
I hope
You
Sister
never know.
Amber will come show up.
Yeah, she can
That would
come
be
and get her
awesome.
chickens if she shows up. So
Come on,
anyway,
Sister Amber.
we got a terrific outro, especially for Pink Floyd fans. One thing you guys can do is if you could shout out that you liked the outros, if you did, and tell other people to rewind our show and at least watch the Pink Floyd covers and that magic thumbnail. That Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That was a lot of fun too. I think
that was
great.
great.
So.
I loved it.
But have a great weekend, everybody. Keep your fingers crossed that no more death
Stay
and destruction
sane.
happens. We've got crazies running this government and other governments around the world. So count your blessings while you got them. Hug your kids.
Turn off the media and go out and play in the garden.
Tell everybody that you love them because you might not get another chance. And I'm not fearing you. It's just a fact. So anyway, here we go. Going out with some more Floyd. You got to love Floyd, Shanda.
I do love some Floyd.